I'm going to go ahead and introduce this one because this one's
All
one
right,
of my
you ready
favorites.
for it, guys?
Kryptonite. Acer palmatum Kryptonite. This plant's amazing. It's basically everything you love about like the variegation of something like a Mania no Sato, but in a Macawi Yatsubusa form.
This one's probably coming 2023 to MrMaple, maybe spring or summer. We get a lot of requests for this one because I've shared it on social media. Kryptonite is a sport found off of Macawi Yatsubusa by our friend Keith Johansson. Now, Keith let me graft this one. He never put a name on it. I always joked with him that it made me weak in the knees. So the original sport died off on that Macawa, but this one, I gave it the name Kryptonite because, I mean, it was my weakness. I saw this thing and I was like, you know, Superman, when he sees Kryptonite, he goes to his knees. I saw this one and I went, oh my gosh, like, hold on a second. I need a minute. I need a minute to regather myself. This one got my heart beating that fast. Kryptonite has some amazing swirls of variegation in it. Now, when it first leaves out, it's going to be very lime green. So you'll almost think it's reverted in the early spring. It'll leaf out on you, and you'll be like, okay, I don't see the crazy variegation in it. But as the spring and summer emerges, you start to get more and more intense, sharp, almost like Tim said, that almost, it's all green and lime green, but you get that Mania Sato-like shaping on the variegation. It's very unique. It's a very compact, dense grower, an excellent candidate for container gardening. We've had good success with this one in full sun. I think some of the people in the hotter zones are going to want to try this one in late day shade, but it's done excellent for me in a full sun setting, and one of our very favorite variations here of Macawi Yatsubusa.
And we've been growing this tree for a number of years, and it's been fairly hardy for us outside in the landscape and garden. I think whenever the original one died, they had some crazy fluctuations in weather down in Texas.
Well, sports can do that. Sports on the original tree can often revert. The variegation on this one has been extremely stable. I've never had a graft from Kryptonite revert, which says a lot for it for cultivar status. And I've never lost a 1 gallon of this. Some of the other, you know, we'll talk about Snow Kitten in a future video for sure. It is a weaker variegated form than some of the other variegated forms we like more. Kryptonite seems to be extremely stable and extremely durable. This one's going to work zones 5 through 9. Definitely in some of those hotter zones, you're going to need some late day shade. But this one brings the high intensity. It's probably the most highly sought after variation, I think, that's going to be coming out soon.
And I will say too, one thing that's unique about this plant, while Macawi Yatsubusa often goes to that orange-red fall color, this one really seems to be going to more of that yellow-orange fall color, which has been really unusual in its fall color compared to many of the other Macawi Yatsubusa forms, which has to do something with that variegated mutation that happened on this that gave that a different fall color than your typical Macawi Yatsubusa.
Now, Macawi Yatsubusa forms can be some of the most highly sought-after forms of Japanese maples. I know what you're saying. There's a hawk flying over my head screaming, so it got my attention. But a lot of these will not be on our website at the time you're watching this video because they sell out very quickly. So you'll want to sign up for our 10 at 10s to get notified when things are back in stock.